Who would you rather win the quadruple, Arsenal, City or United? Arsenal. I could say City because nobody give a damn, and it's probably a fair point. United, of course, I'm not going to answer that. But Arsenal, look, I don't like the way their fans go on a lot of the time. I actually despise their manager, but they're a proper club. I know if Arsenal won it, they would have won it within the rules and doing things, the right way. So I would hate it. I would hate having to listen to them, but at least I would respect it. And God, can you imagine that? Like, they're still banging on about the Invincible season, which was a great achievement, but yeah, sent a shiver down the spine just thinking about it. The easy answer would be to say City because nobody gives a damn, and you just go, oh well, who cares? You always pick Arsenal over every team, even ahead of Liverpool sometimes. I don't understand why. When exactly have I picked Arsenal ahead of Liverpool? I think the only time I've done that was in the preview of the season where I guessed we'd win the Champions League and Arsenal were to win the league. But other than that, I don't think I've ever picked Arsenal ahead of Liverpool. And the reason why was because I respect them. Like, Manchester City, I've no respect for because I believe they broke rules to get where they are. So with Arsenal, I despise listening to their deluded fans. They do my head in. But I respect the club. They've done things within the rules. They've built a squad. And I don't really have any reason to not give them their props when they do well. I've said all the way through, I think they're going to be the ones that will give us the biggest push this season in the title race. But other than that, man, I think you're a little bit wrong about me saying Arsenal ahead of us, except for that one video where I said I think we win the Champions League. Because I'm not going to just come on and be deluded and go, oh yeah, Liverpool are going to win everything, and that's the end of the video. I tried to give you honest answers with what I say. So, for instance, I'd seen somebody send in a link to our Discord the other day with a podcast conversation where they were talking about who's going to be the biggest flops. And the answers were Salah, Isak, Wirtz, and somebody else. And the answers were bullshit. And the podcast was bullshit. And the opinions were nonsense. And the fact that these clowns get the time of day for these stupid opinions bugs me. Because all of those opinions came from hate. Not from rationale or reasoning or genuine understanding of football. One of them was a Newcastle fan who's just been a bitter twat. And the others are just hoping that these guys fail. So I never understood it. And this was going to be the Champions League, by the way. Who's going to be the Champions League big failures? And they all went out of their way to throw Liverpool players there. Absolute nonsense. And rather than people in this day and age buying in and spreading around this shit, they should be shunned. People should just ignore these stupid takes from people that are obviously doing it to bait people into an emotional response. I don't even comment on this stuff when I see it. I just ignore it and block it because they don't deserve to be highlighted for shit opinions. It doesn't take much to come on and give you a stupid opinion. I could come on here and say sensationalist shit from one end of the day to the next, but I don't mean it. So I don't do it. But yeah, sorry, this is a gripe I have about some content creators where that they're saying stuff for clicks and they're saying stuff to drive anger. It's not real. It's not sincere. And I don't want people giving them the time of day because they don't deserve it, quite frankly. Adam said, Arsenal fans are a special breed of delusional, apart from Lee Gunner. Big up, Lee. I've had to stay off TikTok because of the salty, bitter little rival morons towards Wirtz and Isak. I don't know what else to say to them anymore. Like, you can't have a serious conversation with some of these guys. Lee Gunner aside, as you've said, and I enjoy my interactions with Lee and we message each other all the time behind the scenes because we're genuinely mates, but yeah, some of it's just stupid. If Arsenal had signed Isak and Isak and Wirtz, would I be on here telling you that they're shit? No. I'd be on here telling you I'm really scared because they're damn good players. But I think the truth of all of this is that they wanted to cancel the Gyökeres signing to try and get Isak when they knew that we were moving from. So I don't buy all their belittling of our players. It's just fear. They're just speaking from a place of concern. But the fact that they don't admit that, I think, again, speaks volumes to their viewpoints and how seriously they should be taken, which is not very. Said, Arsenal fans say we've been awful and lucky, yet Arsenal rock up to Anfield and instead of trying to capitalise on us not being at our best, they play cowards football. Perfectly put. And let's talk about their own team, Martinelli last year at the Emirates, running to the corner flag when they had a chance to attack us. when they were winning the game. Because that's why they won't win the league, mate. And that's why their manager will get sacked eventually. Exactly as you've said, Adam. They play coward's football. They play not to lose. Now, look, there is game management. I get that. But that last year told me exactly what Arteta and his team were about. Running to the corner flag at home against us, and they still didn't win the game. So, yeah, that was amazing. I loved it. And I agree with you 100% on what you said, Adam.